Thank you, Chair. I rise to make a short contribution in regards to the Minister's information provided at estimates in the last week, and I rise to talk about regional land use strategy. There's no doubt that across a lot of folio areas, many within the Minister's responsibility, people talk about activating private development, activating the economy, opening up land for the potential of development. We talk about housing, homelessness, rental pressures, house price pressures, land price pressures, and it's not a linear issue. It's actually a complex web of integrated issues that, if addressed concurrently, can actually provide a whole lot of relief at one time. House prices go up because demand is strong. If we actually open up supply, it takes the pressure off house prices. That takes also has a similar result in the impact of rental pressures. Right now, rental prices, house prices, land prices are skyrocketing outside the capacity of many young but also established Tasmanians to enter the housing market, many even to enter the rental market. I'm hearing day by day people that are being forced out of their current properties due to rental increases or changes of ownership and have nowhere to go to apply the same amount that they're paying in rent now for current rental market opportunities that are available. Now, why am I talking about the regional land use strategy in this element? It's one, and it's not all, but it's a massive impediment to opening up and unlocking land to allow private developers to help solve the issue of pressure in the housing market. The Minister, I heard, stood and talked about announcements and improvements that have happened in the regional land use strategy recently. However, what I've learnt since my time in this place is announcements can be very much smoke and mirrors. What I know is for our Northern Regional Land Use Strategy that was written in 2016, it was almost out of date at the time that it was published. There have been pressures since then around opening up large tracts of land for local developers that love our local region and want to invest locally. What we understand is that earlier this year there was an announcement made about some amendments, but it simply moved the boundaries, and what it did was allow developers not to have to go through the regional land use amendments process, but in fact what it did do was transfer the financial responsibility from the collective of councils within a comprehensive review of the regional land use strategy to individual developers having to fund their own regional land demand and supply studies, which then becomes their corporate data, which isn't shared and understood across the region. So we have developers right now in the north and the south that I'm aware of that are actually choosing to invest outside of Tasmania because it's easier and they can find land available to them and I'm talking significant investments, multi-million-dollar investments offshore to Tasmania because the regional land use strategy hasn't been reviewed and updated. So, Minister, this afternoon I'm imploring you to ensure, I understand there's been an investment in the budget and time allocated for the real review of these regional land use strategies, not just about tweaking boundaries but actually doing the combined work to recognise the data in order to inform the land demand and supply, so developers, private developers who want to invest in Tasmania are activated to do so. It's having a material and significant impact in the private area of development, which is then actually causing impact in the pressures for affordable and social housing opportunities. Many private developers would actually also participate in that area and seek to support solutions for our broader Tasmanian community. However, at the moment their opportunities are being limited because the regional land use strategy has not been appropriately reviewed.